Just asking about what kind of has to be done to regroup and what can you learn from yesterday's performance?
Well, yesterday we lost. It was a pretty bad loss. No one ever wants to lose, period, let alone lose like that. Um, we have a lot to work on, a lot to fix, a lot to get better from. That's really just the bottom line.
Foley, what I know you're on the other side of the ball, but how much of a setback is this having Zach hurt, maybe gone for 3-4 weeks or whatever it may turn out to be? And how concerned are you about that, about kind of stunting the program a little bit?
Listen, Zach is a fighter. So he's a fighter. He takes his job very seriously and has exhibited some extreme professionalism. So, and he understands that the show doesn't stop just because, one person is hurt. So at the end of the day, we have to get back and we all have to fix the things that we need to fix and get better and work to execute better. So that way we could start making a roll on the things we want to make a roll on.
From a defensive player's perspective, what's different about Mike White, just from seeing him or watching him go in practice? What maybe stands out to you about his skill set and approach?
I mean, Mike is a person that pays attention to detail. He's a team guy. He's a team player. He's a professional at what he does. So Mike is always prepared.
Foley, when you watch the film from yesterday, and obviously the stats, told the story, and the scoreboard told the story. But when you guys dug in as a defense, what were the biggest issues yesterday for you guys defensively?
There were a lot of issues, and honestly, too many to kind of talk about right now. So, but the bottom line, once again, when it comes to speaking on mistakes, is how do we fix them? How do we get better from them? And once we start to understand that, and once we start to get that all together, we'll be all right.
Foley, was the emotion out of yesterday, would you characterize team-wise as concerned, being pissed off, angry? What was, as you kind of step back, from what happened yesterday across the board, how would you describe it? Because it seemed like to us who were there and speaking to a few of you guys afterwards that there was kind of, guys were more stunned and we didn't really sense a lot of anger about what had taken place. If that makes sense.
Listen, this is a game where if you don't hurry up and get over your hurdles, the next opponent isn't going to care about your feelings. And that's a week-to-week thing. So was it frustrating? Yes, extremely frustrating. Were guys upset? Yes, extremely upset. No one prepares as hard as you want to prepare to lose in the first place. We talk less of losing the way we lost. So listen, the bottom line is with that we have to come in at the end of the day and fix the things that we need to fix. And I say that a lot because that's really the bottom line. What is it that we need to fix? How can we get better from it? How can we execute better so we can go into our next game against another really good opponent and do the things that we need to do? So are we frustrated? Yeah, but frustration is not going to help you the next week against another good opponent.
You broke the team down, I believe, right after, warm-ups before the game. And I'm curious what your message was, when you guys were all gathered together and just kind of how stunned you were about how things unfolded so quickly.
I mean, regardless of what I said before the game, it doesn't matter. Lost. Talked about frustration. So what happened pregame, what I said pregame, doesn't matter.